All the scores, all the highlights, all the fans. This is Friday Night Football on NBC 25.
Happy Friday, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. I'm Corey Kopic. Let's get right to it. Bigger schools tend to garner bigger attention. Schools like Lapeer, Grand Blanc, and Midland Dow are almost always good and have a lot of alumni in the area, so they get a lot of coverage. But one school with the most impressive program in the state is in Michigan. It's a smaller school that's well out of the way. It takes a while to get to, but once you see them in person, you immediately understand the hype. The Ithaca Yellow Jackets have the nation's second longest active winning streak, having won 62 games in a row, and tonight they were looking for number 63 in our game of the week. Valley Lutheran's coaching staff felt good about their chances tonight. They said if they could avoid self-inflicted wounds. We're going to pick this game up in the first quarter. Lutheran's Max Wood rolls out. He gets sacked by Jace Deminoff. The ball pops out and is recovered by Aaron Barnes, and just like that, it's Yellow Jacket ball. On the next play, Ithaca goes for the jugular right away. Jake Smith throws a beautiful pass to Spence DeMole, and DeMole does the rest. He goes 45 yards for the score, and Ithaca's up 7-0. On the next play from scrimmage, Wood finds Jordan Rajeski across the middle for the crossing pattern. That's good for a first down, but the self-inflicted wounds would show up once again. Another fumble results in another big play for the Yellow Jackets. This time it's DeMole on defense, gobbling up the loose ball. He bobs and weaves his way down the left sidelines and returns it all the way down to the Valley Lutheran 10-yard line before finally being dragged down. Look at the moves. Later in the drive, Smith calls his own number and strolls into the end zone untouched. Ithaca takes a 2-touchdown lead, and they would indeed extend their winning streak to 63 games as they win 49-13. Midland was visiting unbeaten Lapeer. They were going to pick this up in the first quarter. The Chemics are punting, or not. John Curry comes up with a big block, then chases the ball down inside the 5-yard line, and the Lightning take over. Later in the drive, on third down, Elijah Hunt rolls out and takes it in from about 6 yards out, and Lapeer goes up 7-0. Still in the first, Lapeer on the attack again. Hunt goes to the air now. He's looking for Tyler Willis. Look at the camera work here. That is beautiful. Tyler Willis hauls in the big pickup. The Lightning are inside the 10-yard line. Then they go to the ground. Drew Rubik gets outside and takes it in from 4 yards out, and it's 14-0 Lightning, and they're not done yet. Hunt again, up top to Willis again. This time it's 34 yards for the score, 21-0 after the first. Lapeer remains perfect with a 44-7 win over Midland. Genesee and New Lothrop in New Lothrop. We're going to pick it up at the top of the first quarter where we find New Lothrop first and 10. Quarterback Ben Murin heaves a long pass and finds Logan Van Sumeren for the touchdown. However, the Hornets have a little difficulty on the PAT. They can't connect, so it's 13-0 New Lothrop. That was about the only thing they did wrong tonight. Later in the first, we find New Lothrop second and goal. Moron hands it to Quentin Taylor, who puts his head down and barrels his way into the end zone for the score. It's 19-0 New Lothrop, but Genesee strikes back. Quarterback Jace Jacobs throws a 25-yard bullet to Mitch Purcell, and then they're going to do it again. That sets up first and 10 from the 34, where Jacobs will sidestep a tackle, chuck it downfield, and again it's Purcell who reaches out with a beautiful touchdown catch. Look at Purcell. But it wasn't enough as New Lothrop stings Genesee tonight, 63-14. Clio and Swartz Creek went at it tonight. We're scoreless in the first quarter, pumped up and ready to go as Clio's ready to take on, Swartz Creek taking on Clio. This is a heartbreaker right here. Gage Smith with a perfect pass to Brett Perro, and Perro has it go right off his hands. The Dragons squander a golden opportunity. Changing possession now, the Mustangs quarterback Jared Sherman gives the ball to Tristan Bradburn, who sneaks around the left side. Carter Crompton clearing the way, and he'll go down to the 35, making it first and 10 Mustangs. The Dragons defense was on point. Mitchell Smith puts a stop to the running game right here. Then later in the second quarter, it's Williams again bouncing it outside, taking it all the way, putting the Stangs up 7 with 3 minutes left in the half. Now, with 2 minutes left in the half, last-ditch effort for the Dragons to tie it up. They'll go long. Derek Ross makes a solid catch, only to become a Mustang sandwich. Swartz Creek would secure the win tonight, 30-20. We have a few other scores to tell you about now. Ortonville-Brandon does their best, but they lose to Flushing 35-42. Goodrich gets all they can handle on the road from Lake Fenton. They beat the Blue Devils 37-36. Byron wins over Hamady 28-22. And Swan Valley goes into Bullock Creek and wins 35-16. When we come back, Montrose was looking to keep pace in the GAC Red. Bendel and Atherton renewed their rivalry, and Davison was looking to spoil Midland Dow's perfect season. We'll have all that plus more scores and highlights coming up next.
We're the Ithaca Cheerleaders, and you're watching Friday Night Football on NBC 25.
It's Mark Ingram. You're watching Friday Night Football on NBC 25.
Mark Ingram, friend of the show, NBD. 2014 hasn't been everything the Davison football program was hoping for, but it hasn't been bad either. The Cardinals started the season 1-3, but they have won their last 2 games, and coming into the evening, they sat in 3rd place in the Saginaw Valley Blue Conference. The team they're chasing, Midland Dow, is unbeaten on the year, and Davison would love nothing more than to change all that. Let's go no huddle. We pick it up in the second quarter with Dow up 28-0 and looking for more. Alec Marty from the shotgun takes the snap and he hits Justin Cook in stride. Cook makes one man miss and then hits the Jets, and he goes 65 yards for the score. That made it 35-0 Midland Dow. The Chargers would hold on to win in convincing fashion, 42-7. Powers Catholic and Flint Southwestern at Houston Stadium, 3rd quarter. Powers up 32-6. Knights looking for some offense. Daniel Walker looking downfield for some blue. Instead, he finds Riley Start for the pick. The ensuing drive, 2nd and goal. John Andresiak punches it in from short range to make it 39-6. The Chargers go on to win 52-18, spoiling homecoming for Southwestern. Montrose was at Mount Morris tonight. We're coming back from a festive halftime from the Mount Morris marching band, who looked good tonight. 4th and goal, quarterback Tony Saldana finds an open Jacob Price for the touchdown, making it 28-19 Montrose. 3rd quarter, the Rams go Wildcat. Alex Elasevich goes around the right side for the 20-yard touchdown run, and Montrose wins 49-26. Burton Bendel and Burton Atherton, 2nd half of the Wolverines down 2. The Tigers go for the onside kick. It's picked up by Ernesto Felton. He's going to go to the Wolverines' 35-yard line, making a couple of nice moves here before he gets dragged down. Later on in the drive, Malik Smith-Morgan gets taken out after heaving a bomb down the field to Marquel Montgomery. He takes it in, giving the Wolverines the 3rd quarter lead. Atherton would hold on to win 24-21. Other scores to pass along now. Harbor Beach hammers Ubley 41-6. Harrison goes into Beaverton and wins 57-28. Bad Axe, well, this probably was the game of the night. I wish I could have been here for this. Elkton Pigeon Bayport over Bad Axe 32-30, and then Carmen Ainsworth goes to Bay City Central and wins 43-26. It's time for our plays of the night, starting at number 3. Ithaca's Spence DeMole on defense now. Picks up the loose ball, makes about 15 moves before being brought down at the 10-yard line. Ithaca rolls at Valley Lutheran 49-13. Play of the night number 2 comes to us from New Lothrop in Genesee with 1st and 10. Race Jacobs sidesteps to tackle, chucks it downfield to Mitch Purcell, who makes a sensational touchdown catch. New Lothrop wins 63-14. Midland at Lapeer, 1st quarter. Chemic punting? Not really. John Curry comes up with a block and then chases the ball down inside the 5-yard line. The Lightning take over and never look back. The Lightning stay perfect on the year. That is going to do it for us tonight. Join us tomorrow night for some highlights of Michigan State's game at Purdue. Michigan looks to get back on track as they host Penn State, and the Saginaw Valley Spirit are back home as they take on London. I will also be at Northwood tomorrow for their game at 1 o'clock. I'm Corey Kopic. Thanks for watching.